Welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to do object detection on live camera preview with MediaPipe in Flutter Android application. So let's get started. So first let me show you guys the output, but before that what you need to do is you need to come to this particular documentation over here, and now there are multiple MediaPipe models available for this, so it's up to you what you want to choose. But for now you can just download all of this models, so this 3, then this 3 and this 2, so total 8 models, but at the end you need to use just one for production. So whatever you feel is right for you, you should use that particular model. So just download the model. For now let's see the output first. So I'll just mirror my device. So here you can see, so first it is asking me for camera permission. I'll just give the camera permission, and here you can see I have this bottle, so it is able to draw this bounding box on my bottle. It's like it is getting confused with a cup as well, but if I just I think it is still getting confused with a cup, but it is what it is. Like, this is on device without any internet, so you can try using a different model, maybe that might give you a better result. Like I said, I am using one of those 8 existing models, but here you can see it is also recognizing this dining table which I have. So it is just a table, not a dining table, but anyways it is what it is. So yeah, that's it. Let's see how to do this. So first you just need to create a Flutter project, then inside main.dart you need to import dart.io. Then here I am importing this custom dart file, my camera view, which I have created. Then we have this Flutter material as well as Flutter services. Then this is default boilerplate code. I have not touched any of this. Then here is our homepage widget, so it is a stateful widget, and here I am just checking if platform is Android or not. Then here we have a method channel. Like, even for giving the camera permission I have written native code, okay, but if you want you can use a third-party library. So here if platform is Android, then we just call get camera permission. Then here we invoke this particular method, and if this is true then we just set this as true as well. Then here we have this scaffold is permission granted, then we just display a safe area of my camera view, else we just display a text saying give camera permission. Now coming back to this my camera view.dart, this file is pretty simple. So here if platform is Android, then we just display an Android view of view type camera view, else for all other platforms I'm just displaying a placeholder. Now you need to go to the main Android folder, go to app, go to build.gradle, and first you need to add this dependency. So MediaPipe task vision, CameraX core, camera 2, camera life cycle, camera view, and constraint layout. Then go to src main, and inside main you need to create the assets folder, and here you can see inside the assets folder I have just drag and dropped all this TensorFlow Lite model which we have downloaded. Then you need to go to android manifest.xml, and here you need to add uses feature of Android hardware camera as well as camera permission. Then go to kotlin, go to first create go to main activity, and here first you can just copy paste all these imports. Now this is all code related to camera permission, and once the camera permission is given, here you can see we are sending back true back to Flutter side. This is just a helpful method to check camera permission. Here we override this method, and here we register our platform view factory as well, and here we have this method channel of camera permission, and if here we call this get camera permission, then we immediately request the particular permission. Now here we are referencing another Kotlin file. I'll come back to this in a bit, but in the meantime first you just need to create this object detector helper. Now this package name should be the same whatever you see inside your main activity.kt. So inside object detector I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy all this code, because even I have copy pasted this code from the documentation. And here you can see so here they are only referencing this 3 files of your model, but there are different types of Lite0 file as well, right? So if you want to use a different file like this Lite01, maybe you can delete the original one and just name this first one as Lite0 and delete this second one as well. So it's up to you how you want to use it. And then here for this is for our detection of live stream. Here we just initialize our object builder as well. So again I simply scroll through this. This we detecting inside a video file, not really helpful for us, but I have kept the code just so that if you are interested, but we are not really using this. And this is for detection inside live stream. So yeah, here we are detecting async, and here we are returning the results. Here we are returning the error. Then here again, this I'm not really using it, but I have created a separate video of this a year back for detecting from a static image. Then these are the result bundles, and these are some default variables as well, and these are the listeners. Then similarly, you need to create this overlay view.kt file as well. So these are all the, again, the default code for the detect, like drawing the overlay. I have copied it from the MediaPipe documentation. So again, I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Okay, so that's it. Then you need to go to my camera view factory.kt. Again, these are all the imports. This is again default boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native Android view inside a Flutter application. And here is our main file, my camera view.kt. So again, I'll simply show you. So these are all the imports. So feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. Here you can see we are extending this detected listener as well as lifecycle event observer. So first we initialize our constraint layout, camera preview view, viewfinder, and the overlay view. Then here is our background executor, camera facing, image analyzer, preview, camera, as well as camera provider. And here is our object detector helper, and these are the defaults. So here you can see I'm using the model efficient net v0, but if you want to use a different model, you can use that as well. So here we set layout params for our constraint layout. Then here we make sure, so all this code is making sure our camera preview occupies the entire width and height. Similarly, we are doing for the overlay view as well. So that's what it is. Then we add constraint layout to, like, apply the constraint set to our constraint layout, set the running mode on overlay view, initialize our object detector, and then we call setup camera. Then here we get hold of our camera provider future, we add a listener, we get hold of our camera provider, then we call bind camera use case. Then here we get hold of the aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector. Then here is our camera provider. Then we set our camera selector. Here we initialize the preview view. Then we initialize the image analyzer as well. And here we just do object detector helper, passing the detect live stream frame. Then we unbind our camera provider. We bind it to the life cycle, and then we set the surface provider. Then inside on error, we just log it to the console. Then here we have on results as well. So we get the results and we just pass the results to our overlay view. Then we call invalidate. Then here we override this on state change. So inside on resume, if the background detector is closed, we set up it again. Inside on pause, if it is initialized, then we clear the object detector helper. And inside on destroy, we just shut down our background executor as well as do await termination. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.